And welcome back. Let's take a look at some of those trending topics now, and here they are. First up, hashtag Mlambo. And this, of course, has to do with the JSC interviews that are continuing for the position of Chief Justice. So 4 candidates are shortlisted, and yesterday was the turn of Judge Dunstan Mlambo. And very interesting on this one, you know, the line of conversation, the line of questioning also came into question in terms of the JSC prescripts. And of course, as you know, there was a point where he was asked about allegations of sexual misconduct against him, and he did answer some of those, the fact that he wasn't aware of it, and or rather he was aware, he had heard of it, but basically saying that, you know, there's nothing more had come of it. But then it was, of course, the JSC saying that some of that questioning, the line of questioning to Judge Mlambo was actually out of line, and this after almost half the day was spent on this particular matter. But then the JSC chair did eventually rule that that type of questioning needed to be halted because it was prejudicial to the candidate who was not aware that this would be asked beforehand. And then, of course, it also elicited quite a bit of conversation on social media about some people asking why a candidate should be basically appraised of the line of questioning and the sort of things that would be asked, and those in the know basically coming out to make sure that people know what the sort of prescripts are in terms of these interviews, what is and what is not allowed. So that afterwards, Judge Kola Petse, who is of course chairing this particular process, he ruled that questions around the rumors that were posed to Judge Mlambo must be expunged from the interview process. So that's what happened yesterday. And of course today is the turn of the acting Chief Justice, Raymond Zondo. So promises to be fireworks once again. Next one is hashtag Cameroon, and you heard there the host nation being dumped out of the Africa Cup of Nations. Last night they went down to the Pharaohs, Egypt, in a penalty shootout. They were absolutely woeful in that penalty shootout, and the Pharaohs march on. So as many asked before and during the tournament, it will be Salah against Mane in the final, Egypt against Senegal. So Cameroon, the host nation, out of the tournament. And then the next one is, of course, Jackie Chan, and this is to do with the Winter Olympics that, of course, will be underway. And what's happening there is that he, of course, is one of the characters, main features for this. And as you know, when countries do host, they bring out the best that they have. So in terms of a torchbearer there, Jackie Chan for the Winter Olympics. And you know, there's been a lot of toing and froing about the games, but it certainly will go ahead. So Beijing 2022, the Winter Olympics getting underway. And then the next one is, of course, Saudi and MacG. They go together. MacG did an interview with the former COO of the SABC, Saudi Mutsuneng, and of course, as you can imagine, it got very interesting, and the Twitterati picking up on it. Let's just give you a little bit of a taste of some of what came out of that interview. And as usual, the question of how Saudi became the COO of the SABC without a matric was also pulsed, to which Saudi responded, he is a matric, he is a degree, and he would challenge anyone with all of their certification to come out and basically debate him, because he obviously trusts himself in these things. He says he's fearless, doesn't fear anybody, and basically this is a man who gets things done. And also talking about how he continues to help deserving young people to get them through school, saying he's put many of them through school and continues to do so. And as you can imagine, the Twitterati, some asking, but why didn't you take yourself to school, instead of others? But yeah, MacG and Saudi are trending for that reason. So we're going to leave the trending topics there for today. We're going to take a quick break. More news here on Morning Live after that.